You're live. Do the share thingy above here.
Noise. Huh. Interesting read there. About that. Did you post that last bit for the artist? Yeah.
That was the one that I was mentioning 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yep.
That's going to be the... Oh, you bitch. Of course it's going to do this to me now. Swear to God. Streamlabs. Oh, you cunt. Of course, as soon as I pull up the settings, it's like, oh, now we're connected. Yeah. Double check. Yes, people can hear us.
Sweet.
Whenever people show up.
Noise.
It helps if I probably open these ones. Hey, get standard and modern. And we have the ultimate guard. And standard RCQs at docks. Oh, you son of a bitch computer. I just like when you do that. Anybody else's computer does the thing where if you shake a window for a little bit, it collapses all the windows? No, just me?
No. Maybe. I don't know.
Nah. Well, methinks we're ready then. Questions, comments, concerns?
Got nothing, broski.
Nope.
To the viewers as well. Get hyped. Hello and welcome, Magic Folk, to episode 333 of This Week in MTG, your aggregate news podcast for all things Magic the Gathering. We're your hosts. I'm Matt. Over there is Danny.
What's up?
Back at it again. You weren't
We're
here?
really at 333?
I think that's the math. Is it, or is it 233? Pretty sure.
I'm going to freaking double check.
That's very possible. A typo on my end.
You might
I will
have
not-
to start this over.
Nah, run it. Run it. 333. That sounds like a lucky number. It's halfway to 666. When we get to that episode, you best believe we're going to be worshiping Satan the whole time.
Oh, boy.
Have you guys seen that Jack Black is going to be in a Christmas...
Is not Santa?
Yeah, not Santa.
Dude, I'm so excited for that movie.
I saw the trailer, and I'm like, this is a new thing. Haven't heard of this. Watched the trailer. I'm like, this looks fucking hilarious.
Right?
I am very excited for it. That voice that you hear there that is also excited about not Santa is Big G.
What's up, everybody?
And that means that this is a news week, not a crawl space. We have no Just Anthony this week. He is at home sick.
Sorry, man, but this is episode 234, not 333. So...
I'm not even close.
No, you are not, sir. No, you are not.
Well, good thing is, people will know And
99 episodes away.
I'll type in the right number so people won't even know until they listen to this part of the episode. But
Maybe.
if you made it through all that, welcome, hello, thank you. We're going to take a moment at the top of the episode to extend a heartfelt thank you to you for deciding to click onto this episode and listen through that whole numbers episode kerfuffle there. We're excited to bring you news updates every week, all of our insights into the world of Magic the Gathering, and got to give a thank you to our Patreons as well for supporting the podcast. So, Amu, Noah, Slade, Nikki, Nomad, Christian Barra, KCB, Ricky R, Chris O, Ranger Dan, Crazy Mage, and Whack P. Thank you to each and every one of you for supporting us. Now, if you're not a Patreon or you're new here, you don't have to be a supporter that way to support us. Just liking, subscribing, doing all the things in whatever app or YouTube thing that you're listening to us on helps elevate our numbers. That helps. Then one of my favorite ways that you can support us is just by spreading us out by word of mouth. Tell your LGS rival, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Hear that there's a very good kitty in Standard right now. It's a Curiosity, Enduring Curiosity.
Oh boy.
That's a cat.
Oh boy.
It's a good kitty.
Meow.
If you say so.
Now, with all that podcast business out of the way, let's give you the breakdown of what you're going to be hearing this week. First off, we're going to go over to the Boggle Desk, where it was supposed to be Anthony, but we got Salt and Sugar reports, some modern challenges, and some standard challenges. Going to talk about the event happening right now. Currently, as we're recording, is the European RC Open going on. And then tell you about another event coming up locally. Then we'll jump into the news. We have State of Arena. That article was dropped last week. Yeah, some interesting tidbits in there. I'm going to talk about Marvel Fuck-Ups, Foundation pre-release, and an artist with an issue that we mentioned, foreshadowed 2 weeks ago. Then from there, we're going to play everyone's favorite game, the Contra Currency. It's Danny's turn this week.
Yeah, it is.
Going to put him on the board.
We'll see.
He's gonna get the Monty, the full Monty this week.
Probably not.
I believe in you.
I do not.
And then from that's everything. Y'all could go home. You could be done with us for a whole other week or two, depending on how you want to listen to us now.
Mm-hmm.
You have the opportunities.
Right.
So we're going to the Boggle Desk. Who's taking it since just Anthony is gone?
I'll brush off my old event results skills here. First, the Salt and Sugar report. The Salt. Anthony's upset he's sick and wanted to talk about MTG. But you know what that means?
You could get good.
We can get some rest, feel better.
That too.
And
take care of yourself.
And we might finish the episode before, hour and a half mark.
Take some chicken noodle soup. I hear it helps your soul.
And put it in an IV and just get it right in your blood system. All right.
I do.
You got some sugar?
I was about to say I do got some sugar.
Heck yeah, let's hear it.
So I've been saying this a lot. I've been playing a lot of fucking Standard. I'm enjoying it a lot right now. Before I talk to my real sugar part, I did buy one of those decks that we were talking about last week or 2 weeks ago on Arena. When you buy the deck that they have, like in the store, you can buy full-on decks.
Yeah.
They have. It's going to be talked about in the State of Arena, but when you buy them, you buy them on gem basis, but it also looks at your collection and reduces the cost by gem depending on if you have cards or not. So that was pretty nice. So I had a lot of the mono black pieces, so I bought the mono black deck. It's pretty cool. Highly recommend. I think it's probably worth the gems to buy these pre-constructed decks. They do not have a sideboard though, so be aware of that.
That's fine. I play one of.
I've been trying to do best of 3 recently. So with the best of 3 play, I've been playing that Standard Enchantments, the blue-white auras, and it is pretty fun still. I've been running into a lot, though, of either the variants on Mono Red, Gruul, or Boros prowess. Like, all of those, very popular in the best of 3 ladders. That's kind of a challenging one for my, specifically for sure the Boros one, because they have Sunfall and like board wipes and stuff, and I have a hard time when my pantsed up creatures get wiped like that. And so the sugar of it is like pretty sure I'm at like maybe a 50% win streak right now, like win to loss. Like I do pretty good against the mono black decks a lot of the time that are showing up where it plays kind of like the rack with that whatever the black talent is, where when it's on level 2, you lose 2 life at your upkeep if you have less cards in hand. So that it plays like the rack, and it just makes you discard your hand. It has Liliana on it, so that's a fun deck. And that's actually the mono black deck that you can get to buy on the Arena store. And
just for anyone who's interested, I'm currently looking up the base prices of these, and it's depending on the deck, the non-discounted price for like the standard token control deck is 23,072 gems.
oh yeah, I did forget to mention that it's discounted.
Yeah.
When I bought it, it was discounted. They like shaved off a good amount, so you should probably
so-
jump on these before they get undiscounted.
Yeah, and it looks like is it all just the cards you have in it base? Is that where the discounts are coming?
I don't think so, because the number then shrinks like underneath if you have more of those cards there.
Yeah. Well,
So I don't think
because that one on my screen is then 10,180.
Okay.
But plenty of discounts. I don't feel like spending my gems on that, but
Yeah, if you want to do something to spend your gems on, highly would recommend some Duskmourn Draft. That is a fun format as well. That's been turning out pretty well. I've done a draft and a pre-release, and it's very fun. But Standard is doing very well. This Aura's deck is great. I've been testing a thing, putting in Vel'Gavoth Stronghold as a land to get the free Eerie triggers on a lot of that stuff, because it's an enchantment land with hexproof. And it's pretty fun to put it's pretty fun to like drop that when you have an entity tracker and just get a tap land to draw you a card, and then you make a gremlin from the Gremlin Tamer.
well then, just to segue a little bit, since you've been playing a lot of Standard and you will know a little bit more about the meta game, why don't you talk the Standard challenge then?
Oh, okay. Let's move to that.
To me, that makes more sense. You've been playing more Standard, so
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to go to this Standard challenge on Moto from the 9th today. This was a challenge that happened today. First off, we got 32 decks here, so this is going to be a good spread of what you're going to be seeing in the meta. Top deck right now, 6 copies in this challenge is Dimir Midrange. So that's 18.75% of the field. Then it's Gruul Prowess with 4 decks, 12.5%. Gruul Midrange followed, which is separate from Gruul Prowess. 3 decks is 9.38%. Then Domain, Mono Red Prowess, all have 3 decks here. Rakdos Midrange, Orzhov Midrange, and Temur Floodcaller combo all have 2 decks. And we'll just leave it at that for like the top, 10 decks that I just said? 8 decks? Top 8 decks that were played. With the Temur Floodcaller combo, that's important because that's the one that took first place in this challenge here. First place by CFT Scott. Congratulations to you, my dude. So, this deck is pretty fun. I was seeing it just before Worlds, and the whole shtick with this is it plays to old school Standard players. Imagine Jeskai combo back in the day with Jeskai Ascendancy, untapping, making big things, and then comboing off that way. It plays the same because you have a card called Valley Floodcaller that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, non-creature, bird, frog, otter, and rats you control get +1/+1 till end of turn, and you untap them. It's part of the combo there. And the other part is Enduring Vitality, which is green 1, 3/3, which gives your creatures all your creatures have tap, add 1 mana of any other color. So you make all your creatures mana dorks that then tap for mana to cast your spells, and casting them will untap them, and you just storm off that way, making big bigs and smacking face. So this deck looks pretty good. Was this the one that Anthony said had a fun?
No, that was the modern.
Oh, that's the modern one. Okay, so yeah. This one has been seeing a lot of play. I think it made a couple decks into Worlds. It didn't get into the top 8, unfortunately, but the Temur Floodcaller deck is pretty good. My buddy, who's also playing, he likes Otters. I've been telling him about this deck. It's kind of Otters-based, give it a shot. Next up, we'll talk about the Dimir Midrange, the most popular deck that came into this challenge here. It took second place. And the Dimir mid-range aspect of this is just Enduring Curiosity, Preacher of the Schism, Fairy Mastermind, Deep Cavern Bat, Spyglass Siren, and Kaito Bane to Nightmares. And then with all your just Dimir counter control-y stuff of Cut Downs, Anoint with Affliction, Go for the Throat, Gix Command, and stuff like that. It's pretty strong. I think it's just because I'm pretty low on the standard ladder that I haven't seen probably a Dimir mid-range deck, because that's one that will probably spank my ass to here and the coast and back. So I have not had an experience with this deck. Third place, we have another Flood Caller combo. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it's too different from here. In the spells, they got This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us, Patchwork Formation, Torch the Tower, Song of Totenas. I make myself laugh. Then more Dimir midrange, 2 Dimir midrange in 4th and 5th, followed by Golgari midrange. Highlight the Golgari midrange here because this is based on Glissa Sunslayer, which is a really cool fucking card. It's a 3-mana 3/3 first strike death touch. Those two keywords don't see each other a lot, and that is a very potent keyword combination. To those that are that weren't around for the first Glissa, this one's better.
Yep.
So yeah, it just kind of like grinds with attrition, cut downs, Anoint with Affliction, Go for the Throats, hopes to land. Glissa Sunslayer, Preacher of the Schism will then be drawing cards. Mossword Dread Knight draws cards and makes a recursive body here as well. Caustic Bronco, the new Bob. Everybody can appreciate a new Bob. So in 6th place was mid-range, and 7th place also mid-range. And hey, let's check this out, because 8th place, Azorius Enchantments, baby. Let's go. And this is not like my list. Kind of close to my list. It has Siren's Spyglass Siren here, which I do not have in my list. But it does have, I have 3 Enduring Curiosities in mine, compared to 2 Enduring Innocence, where this list has 4 Innocence and 3 Enduring Curiosities, so there's a little bit there. I haven't seen this, but I have been playing with Prof's Eidetic Memory here a lot.
That pisses me off sometimes in Explorer.
It's a really good card because you're drawing a lot of cards by casting your enchantments here. Yep. Entity Tracker draws you your cards.
I mostly deal with it in Is It Prowess decks when I'm playing against.
It's really good. Yeah, I like this card. A 2 of in here. I appreciate that. I'm just surprised that it's like only 10 enchantments here. But it does have the full 4 Shelter by Ghost, which honestly, Shelter by Ghost is like primo removal. Fucking hits everything. One game that I was playing against Domain Ramp. Domain Ramp, which has like all of the impending creatures, the impending spirits, and they had Leyline Binding one of my creatures, my Entity Tracker, and it was funny because then I cast a Optimistic Scavenger, Sheltered by Ghosts, get their Leyline Binding, so that way my Entity Tracker comes back, and I'm like, let's go. It's Sheltered by Ghosts, great card. Makes it hard to kill because it gives the creature Ward 2 and lifelink. That's one key card with the burn deck. As soon as you drop a Shelter by Ghost and you have like a 7/7/7 or 7/7/9/9 because you have ethereal armor attached to your creature. Yeah. Hard for those prowess decks to beat a creature like that.
Exactly.
There's your top 8. We'll give a quick rundown of the most played cards here. First off, we had Go for the Throat, 63 copies. Duress, 53 copies. Cut Down, 51 copies, and 47% of the deck. Anoint with Affliction, 50%. Then we have top creatures. Emberheart Challenger, 36 copies, 28% of the decks. Heartfire Hero, 36 copies, 28% of the deck. Manifold Mouse, 36 copies, 28% of the decks. Archfiend of the Dross, 32 copies, 25% of decks there. So yeah, there's the challenge. There's standard. I honestly like this. Share the link. Clearly it was going to be in the description down below. Go check out these. Make some of the decks. I do want to highlight here real quick. A lot of these decks, super cheap. The Team Flood Caller, $131 in paper. $131.
That's cheap.
That's really
especially
fucking
for
good.
Standard.
I know we mentioned this before, but with Foundations coming out, Danny,
Mm-hmm.
have you seen those like burn decks that people are putting in with the new Lava Spike, Bolt Blitz or whatever?
Bolt Wave?
Bolt Wave and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty sure that deck is $80.
Well, that Bolt Wave is what they've been wanting or they've been needing for, was it Skewer the Critics?
Yep.
It was replacement for that. Because obviously Skewer the Critics can be a 1-drop bolt, but you had to deal damage first.
Mhm.
So if it's the only thing in your hand, well, you're casting it for 3.
Yeah.
So, no, and also that's just going to be huge for mono red or just burned commander.
Oh yeah, each opponent.
Yeah,
Each
that's a big
opponent
thing.
takes 3,
That'll pair up nicely with some combos.
right?
Even if it's just a one, couple card combo, only one trick pony type of a thing, it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of hyped for it. I'm kind of this is the last challenge that we're going to be seeing before Foundations gets entered in and stuff. But because Foundation coming next week, I want to see that burn deck put up results in Standard. Then we know that Standard is just like a solid format. We have a fucking funky ass.
Who cares about burn being back? Elves, baby.
Yeah,
It's all
that
about
as
the
well.
elves.
Elves is back too.
Creature burn.
Did we talk about this 2 weeks ago? Where
No, I
you got
posted it up on the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, and how our dear friend Wade all of a sudden texted me, "My brother in Magic, elves are standard legal again," and sent me a deck list. And I was like, "Fuck."
The deck looks so good.
And we were just talking about how I'm not playing standard. I don't care, yada yada yada.
You still have your 60-card deck from years ago.
God damn it.
Yeah. What
We do.
what do you got to do? Just like buy 4 cards probably for this deck. Like
Maybe update the sideboard.
Honestly, here I'll even do a quick
live check.
live check
update. Let's
of-
fucking go.
of the stuff. No, I have most of this.
It's
Uh,
it's gonna be a retro.
I have most of it.
It's gonna cost you $5 to get into
The
Standard. now.
biggest thing. No, it'll cost me a little bit more than that. Like if I want to have an actual different playset of Cavern of Souls, I need that.
Oh yeah.
But-
Shit! I forgot Cavern of Souls is in
Yeah.
the fucking Standard format too.
But,
Holy shit!
But I have 4 copies, so I could just move them from one deck to another just fine.
Yep.
I think the only other card I would have to buy, other than any of the Foundations cards, maybe, would be 3 Tree City,
Oh,
which aren't even all that expensive in the grand scheme of things. So,
okay.
and I mean, I just bought some Foundations, and I got a shit ton of Lawnmower Elves. So yeah, whatever.
Sound like you didn't have Land of
Not
Warriors
like I didn't
before.
have them anyway, but
But you are not that one guy that has what, like we talked about it. on, like-
every single copy known to man.
yeah, he's starting to buy them. What was that last summer that we were talking about that? He was at like 13,000
Mhm.
different
Oh,
Land of War elves. Fucking wild.
Yeah. All right, but let's jump into some modern real quick. This is a modern challenge from today as well, so let's run down the meta game here, and then we'll talk about a couple of the decks, mostly because the top 8 I'll obviously talk about a little bit, and it won't look all that different. So, metagame breakdown, 32 decks in this one. 11 of the decks, so 34.38% is Boros Energy. 2 decks were Belcher, 2 decks were Ruby Storm, and then we can go further down. But let's talk about...
That's a significant amount of decks, like the spread there.
Right. So let's see. Number 1 is the Belcher deck, which is mono blue, and it's got some hybrid pips in there, but obviously you're just gonna play the blue.
Anthony's was very hyped. Has been very hyped on this deck for a while. He's always whenever given the chance, he likes to talk about it.
And so I'll do the quick rundown of this, and it's basically thinking about it, looking at it. Long story short, there are no lands in this deck.
What?
It's all the double face cards. So one of the most notable Seagate Restoration, but then it also has the new blue one from Modern Horizons 3.
Sink into Super, Jawar Disruption. It has Waterlogged Teachings and Suppression Ray.
So it's got lands, but not really. So there's that. There is one mountain in the sideboard.
Oh shit!
why?
I have no idea.
So it's not mono blue then.
It is because mountains are colorless, sir.
Well, it's weird to put a mountain on blue deck
I don't know what's going on there with that mountain.
without running
Manny,
red spells.
Manny, we gotta know. Is there some like mill tech where it's like, are people running in like whatever. No, they're not running in
Yeah, I
whatever
don't
that
know.
Mind Funeral. It's like mill until you get 3 lands. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even work with that because you need 3 fucking lands. Why is there a mountain? A single
Yep.
mountain.
But then deck number 2 is Amulet Titan, which it does have some new tech. So it's got Aftermath Analysis in there. It's got 1 copy of Lumra Bellow of the Woods in there. And then let's see, I think those are... And then it's got some 1 rings in there. Spelunking, also a newer card in there. And
Spelunking.
then...
Such a great word.
Spelunking.
And then it's got some new lands in it too. But overall, like as far as the main things it's trying to do, it's trying to get the lands out and it's trying to do cheeky things. And then let's real quick, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place are all Boros Energy.
You could
Oh.
just you could just jump over the one
Sure.
and then get the other 2.
And then
Might as well.
and then 7th and 8th are also Boros
So how many?
Energy.
To those that can't count, that's 5 decks in the top 8.
Yeah.
5 decks in this fucking modern challenge.
Let's
But
go.
let's see you later, Boros Energy. It was good knowing you. But let's talk about one of the other top metagame summary decks we discussed briefly, which is Ruby Storm. So this has the Wellspringer as the companion. It has Rawl Monsoon Mage, 4 copies of that, and then it's got some ritual cards. It's got Manamorphose. It's got Reckless Impulse. It's got Ren's Resolve, Glimpse of the Impossible, Wish, Past in Flames. If you guys aren't catching on to what this is, it's a mono red storm deck. Hence the reason for the name. All right, but let's talk top spells and top creatures and top cards. Starting with the top cards. Number 1 slot, 64 copies, covering 53% of the decks. The card that's never a problem, the One Ring. And then a Johnny is the second most played card with 52 copies, 41% of the decks. Amped Raptor, 52 copies, 41% of the decks. Guide of Souls, 52 copies, 41% of the decks. Gee, I wonder what deck these were played in. Any ideas, anyone?
I'm pretty sure like all top 10 cards,
Mono black.
Mono Black, you're right.
all top 10 cards are from the Boros Energy decks.
No.
This is fucking wild.
Not another modern set that's completely overrun the modern format, making it horrible to play in.
This is going to be an interesting time because
At least it's not stopping you from playing your cards, though.
True, valid point. Anyway, let's talk top creatures. A Johnny is number 1. Same breakdown. Amped Raptor, same breakdown. Number 3, Guide of Souls, same breakdown. And then Ocelot Pride, 52 copies, and 41% of the metagame decks.
I think you got to say that 8th card there
sorry.
because that's kind of an outlier.
Let's scroll
The
down
eighth
to
most
the
placed.
8th. That at 16 decks, 16% is Orcish Bowmasters.
What?
Yep, there you go.
Look at that. Orcish Bowmaster breaking the Boros Energy glass ceiling.
Just a little bit. All right, and then top played spells. Number 1 is the One Ring, same stats it had before in the top cards. Number 2, Static Prison, 40 copies, 41%. Galvanic Discharge, 39 copies, 41% of the decks. And Consigned to Memory, 29 copies, 28% of the decks.
Not going to play in the Boros Energy.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
This does bring a question a lot of people have been asking for a long time. Bannings for this deck.
Jesus Christ.
The meta share, like this is definitely a deck that is crossing the meta share threshold that Wizards.
Well, it
keeps
was
an
the
eye on.
last time we talked about stuff, but
And now, and because Wizards is holding up, not doing banning until on their schedule, which is December 18th.
yep.
Is it December 18th? That's
So
the
we,
next-
we will have.
Let burn have its time. That's all I gotta say.
I would argue maybe not a little bit burn. I mean, it's
It's
burn Soul
burn.
Sisters. This is like Danny's deck though. This is everything
Yeah.
Danny wants to play.
Yeah.
It's just
All right, but let's move on to the next bit. Some recent or upcoming, currently happening events. Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, guys, did you know there's 0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds till the start of
What?
this thing? It's currently happening.
Second day.
It's second day. So the Ultimate Guard European Magic Series Regional Championship 1. Yeah. So they've got the main event. Let's scroll down to it. There we go. Is Pioneer. So we are on day 2 right now. Matt's doing some live looking up while I'm getting things going. So yesterday, actually no, today's day 1. What are you guys talking about?
Well, it says 8th through the 10th.
I know, but the main event started today.
Yeah.
So
it's like 8 hours or 9 hours behind. So like our time technically started last night.
Okay.
Our
Okay.
time.
My bad. Sorry.
Dang Europe.
Anyway.
7 hours ahead of us.
Dang time zones.
If only we knew a podcast to listen to.
Like a This Week in Time Zones or something. Jeez, that's a callback.
That's a callback, baby. Let's go.
All right, so day 1 of whether you're listening in European time or you're listening in our time.
This week in time zones.
The format was modern. There were 8 rounds of Swiss, 18 plus points. It got you an advancement to day 2, where day 2 is a 6 rounds of Swiss followed by a single elimination top 8.
Dang.
So let's see here. So some notable stuff. So a promo card, Seasoned Pyromancer. It's a secret lair promo card. So there you go. Awesome. Be aware for the legal use of this. For the main events, Foundations is not legal right now for this tournament. So,
But I think they are holding.
It's for the main event.
Yeah.
It's not, and then constructed side events. It's not legal. But for any of the other events, it is. So. But while hopefully Matt is finding some information for us, maybe, possibly. Let's talk the prize pool. The winner of this whole thing is going to get $20K. Finalist, so second place, will get $12K. Semifinalist will get $7.5K. And then quarterfinalists, $5K. And then 6th through 19th, $2.5K. 17th through 24th, $1.6K. 25th through 36th, $1.1K. 37th through 48th, you'll get $750. And 49th through 64th, we'll get $500. So there be that.
I do have an update. According to the Play MTG Twitter, we do have 2 undefeated players going into the going into day 2. Andrea Mengucci making it in with Jun Sacrifice.
Nice.
And Mark Tabashi making it in with Golgari Food.
Well, there we go. So since that is an actively going on event, we don't have much to report on. We can't do metagame.
That was that was the last post. Like they're going into second day here.
Yeah.
I don't know. The decks look pretty good. I mean, I don't know if anybody's played Explore.
This deck has been a pain in the ass. Like you got to answer some things right away, otherwise you got no chance.
Right when they drop Yagara. When they drop Yagara and they have a Cauldron out, it's like,
yep, I'm done. Thanks.
Shut up.
Thanks. It was nice.
Have counters. Have Exile. Exile is definitely an important thing that you need to play against this style deck. And with the Jun Sacrifice deck, plays pretty much the same, except you got some of the red spells like Mayhem Devil is and
again, this is something I played a version of an Explorer, so
yeah,
it is a pain in the ass.
Fucking wild. The deck looks good. Don't get me wrong. Deck looks fucking good. And knowing that both decks have gone undefeated day 1, kind of not surprised. It's a very attrition-y deck here.
All right, but let's move on to, for our neck of the woods, a little bit more local stuff. So this, and we'll talk a little bit about this in the news too, but obviously some of the stuff is happening currently, which is pre-release events. They are happening, so there's that. You've still got time for tomorrow, Sunday, if you're listening to us live, or if you're listening to us
when the episode comes out.
When the episode comes out, you still might have time.
Yeah.
To go and play some pre-release. So check out your LGS, talk with them about it. But coming up here, November 16th, here at Paradox, we have Standard Regional Championship Qualifier. It's a 2-slot RCQ. So the entry fee for this will be $24.99, $24.99. Registration for this event starts at 10 o'clock. Round 1 will start at 10:45. Format is standard, Swiss rounds, top cuts. First and second place will get a foil and 2 non-foil Force of Despair promos, and then invites to the regionals of your choice. And then,
I do want to say, a regional is in Minneapolis.
yeah, this is probably the thing that'll make me maybe make a standard deck, because there will also be some RCQs coming up on Saturday, December 7th, and Saturday, January 18th. I'm guessing of which all of them will be standard. So
I got the deck. I got my standard deck. I really want to play.
yeah, I have a funny feeling I'll get a paper copy of Elves up and running.
Of what, buying like your 3 cards, your 3 tree cities that you need.
I know it's a pain.
Your deck is already
It's a
made.
pain in the ass. I know. Jeez, fuck me, right?
I can't play because if I win, I can't go to either one of those.
Because you're the lucky bastard that's going to fucking.
I'm going Columbus on the 7th.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out of these, I'd probably have to pick Hartford, because I got plans that first week of May.
I don't think. Unfortunately for me. I don't think we said it on the podcast.
You didn't say
No.
it yet.
So yeah, May's going to be a hard time maybe to go to an event
And do things. And
and do things. Yes,
you're going to be a little locked down at home? Or?
yeah. Wife is expecting. We're going to be having our 3rd kiddo.
Woo!
More legs pitter pattering around this house here. So I don't know if she'd be too happy if I'm like, I'm going to leave for a weekend, only a couple of weeks away from your due date.
Should be fine.
Yeah. What's the worst she's gonna do?
There may be no mats in this weekend MTG at that point. Straight up murdered.
But yes, that is coming up. I'm guessing Anthony will be playing in that. Would be my guess. I will not be playing this coming weekend. This next weekend is my wife's birthday.
Oh, nice.
Yep, she turns the big 3-0.
Oh shit, we missed your birthday last week.
No, we didn't.
Is your birthday end of November?
Nope.
Or is it the end of October? It's the end of October.
Nope.
I was
It
going to
is.
say, it can't be last week if it was end of November. We are in
I
November.
know, that's what I was going to say. Like, I was like, did I get confused? And it's not the end of October, it's the end of November. It's
Yeah,
the end
it
of
was-
October.
Nope.
That was last week.
It was last week?
And my birthday was not last week.
2 weeks.
It was the
whatever.
23rd. Damn it. 27th.
Do I need to give you a hint? I am 4 years and 1 month older than my wife.
So, we missed it by a couple weeks then.
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn it.
See, this is how you be secretive about your birthday and not give a shit when we're doing recordings. You don't say shit.
Well, happy belated
You
birthday
could
by
say shit
significant
to-
amounts.
You can say shit to him, he's going to forget it anyways.
Not unless it's the day of.
He'll still forget it.
Yeah, whatever. All right, head into the news.
I guess more he'll just space it. not
Yeah, he
forget
might.
it.
Yeah, he might. So, Matt, I'm guessing you threw up the State of Arena stuff, and since we're kind of changing up our new way we do the podcast, yeah, the new way we've been doing the podcast. Why don't you take the State of Arena, since you've probably watched and or listened a little bit to this, and then can kind of maybe give a better rundown of than me or Danny.
Nah, I mean, I typed it up straight up. It can be read as is, so we'll go from there.
You just doing straight up reading as is? Okay.
That's my plan.
All right, do
Well,
it.
and then opinions afterwards.
Yeah, do
if
it.
you want. The Arena State of the Game for November 2024 covers the Arena team's achievements in 2024 and plans for 2025. Here's the highlights. So they have key achievements that they had in 2024. New cards and sets, over 3,000 new cards were released, including Modern Horizons 3 Pioneer Masters coming in December. So currently not 3,000, going to be 3,000 when Pioneer Masters drops. And then 5 standard sets such as Murders of Karloff Manor and Foundations. Pre-constructed decks introduced in August. These decks offer a flexible pricing model adjusted based on the cards players already own, making it easier to access new decks. There are some issues that we'll mention in a bit, which were mentioned earlier as well. So, that whole bit. New reward mechanism. The Psychic Frog Horizons Hideaway reward system for Modern Horizon 3 gave players a customized Mastery Pass experience to reduce disruption for standard focused players. And then there was expanded play options Arena added the Timeless format and launched Arena Direct events, allowing players to earn physical rewards for digital gameplay that was based around some festival-in-the-box launches. In-person rewards was a thing as well. Through collaborations through WPN stores, players could earn Arena rewards by participating in local game store events, bridging digital and in-store play. Here are some lessons learned that they had. Communication improvements. Miscommunications about the Horizon hideaways and deck pricing led to player confusion, highlighting the need for clearer explanation in future releases. The deck purchase confusion is due to the Arena client automatically adjusting the price of the gems you need to buy the deck based on how many of the cards you already own. Event and format adjustments. There were challenges with the Arena Direct events, prompting a commitment to enhancing the winner experience and improving digital format management through more frequent balance updates. Now, their plans for 2025. Pioneer Masters releases December 2024. This set aims to support key tournament-level Pioneer decks, which also means it will be the end of Explorer. There'll be no more Explorer. It'll now just be straight-up Pioneer.
Fuck yeah!
I feel that's, about expected here. It's something that we've been waiting for like a year and a half.
Everyone knew it was coming.
Right. Core achievement system. This one's new. Early 2025 will see the introduction of an achievement system that rewards players for activities beyond winning matches, unlocking new cosmetics, and other rewards. So it's like if you do a goofy deck, you get this achievement,
Xbox achievements.
There we go. It's going to pop up like that. Quality of life updates. These include updates to the golden pack meter, improvements to deck sales, better installer and digital reward integration, and backend stability enhancements. One of the improving connections is, quote, pre-release. Oh, yeah. This one's a little downside here. One of the improving connections that they're going to be doing, pre-release codes will be discontinued and instead will be automatically granted to players who play at their local store and then logging in to Arena. Before you say anything, let me finish this last paragraph. MTG Arena remains to stay focused and enhancing on player engagement with an emphasis on accessibility, variety in play formats, and building community-centered features for the future. Honestly, I thought one of you guys were going to say some shit about that pre-release codes there.
That makes sense. I'd rather be rewarded for going and playing in person, all that kind of stuff. So, it's one of those things it makes sense to do it, but at the same time, for some people who maybe can't always go play the events, they could at least go buy a pre-release kit.
Yes,
and then still get the code.
Yeah, and that's the biggest outcry that we've seen posted online of players is well, if I can't make it for the whole pre-release weekend, I can't even just get a pre-release kit to get the code for Arena. They didn't say if there was going to be something specifically for that, so it just seems like this is the way it's going to be going forward. If you want the pre-release bonus codes, where you get just packs, extra packs, is it 6 packs that you get from an Arena code?
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've actually opened up Arena. I would have no idea.
I think you get 6 packs with an Arena code, so it's it's a little unfortunate, but it does make sense. They want to go. I mean, first off, try. If you can't make it, that's perfectly fine. That's understandable. And it is a bummer that you won't be able to get Arena codes from the nice people online that are post. Hey, I did 3 pre-releases. Here's a code that anybody can type in. It links that with your Wizards accounts when you play on the companion app and stuff. So that's a little unfortunate, but it's I don't know. They're definitely incentivizing you to really go and play at your LGS, and I don't know. I'm not going to be upset about that. It's go play Magic at your LGS. They're a space for you to play Magic, and then you get to meet people and play games and shit like that.
So, yeah.
That's the state of Arena. I don't know. I've been playing Arena, as I've said, a lot more now recently, just to play more standard, and I've been okay with playing on Arena right now. Kicking butt with some fucking Azorius enchantments.
Kick ass, take names, dude.
I don't play standard.
Are you gonna get on Arena?
Play Commander.
But you could play standard on Arena with the burn. With the burn.
But it's not Gutter Snipe and Lightning Bolt though.
Isn't Gutter Snipe in Foundations?
No.
Or am I crazy?
No, it's not.
I was about to say I could have swore.
No, he's only Modern. He's not Pioneer.
But you got that new Otter that with the offspring
You
that
could
does.
do the otter.
I can't remember what the name of that otter is, but it's like gutter snipe, but you get 2 creatures out of it for the same cost, or it's 4 mana.
I think
It's
it's
like-
4.
It's 2 for 1 itself whenever you cast a spell, it deals 1, and if you offspring for 2 more, so 4, you get 2 otters, so it deals 2 damage per spell. So it's like your standard gutter snipe.
Yeah, but it's always nice to win on turn 4 with 4 lightning bolts and a gutter snipe.
But it's like you with a water.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to get more powerful instant burn spells.
You got lightning helix. You got the bolt blast, not bolt blast. fucking-
Bolt wave,
Bolt
which is
wave.
a sorcery.
It's 3 damage. It's
Yeah,
a lava spike.
But I mean, instant speed is what it needs, not sorcery.
I still think it's pretty good.
All right.
Anyway,
Well, let's talk some Foundation stuff. Like we already mentioned, pre-releases currently this weekend. Releases next weekend.
Yep.
Cool. That's all I got. I bought some shit.
Do you want to talk about some of your spicy stuff you pulled? What you're hyped about? What you got?
I'll post it on the Discord. I'll post some of my favorite ones on the Discord.
yeah, go join our
Yeah.
Discord.
Does it come with a? It comes. Did you buy the one with the clicker, or do you get the fat pack that just has the die in it?
I got the fat pack with the
Okay.
die. Yeah.
The die is sick.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it? Well, it's
Yeah. It's
It's clear, but it's not see-through clear.
okay.
so
So, it's
it's-
opaque.
it's clear.
It's a dark clear.
It's a dark clear, but then it's got
sparkles.
sparkles. So it's got like all the colors / like kind of the
purples, the
aesthetic,
blues.
the aesthetic of the
neons.
box and stuff.
Okay.
So I don't. It's really cool. I
This is a
will
good
say
one.
this: the dice lately in packs have been
Makes me think.
fucking primo.
It's not a solid like a solid paint with sparkles printed on it or
Which has been-
thrown on it. It's actually
it's-
like molded.
Yeah, and it's really cool, and they're fucking big things too. So I've got
Yeah, the XL spin dials are always the ones to get.
which so for those who have not joined our Discord, we try to, when we're not recording, we try to play on like a Friday or Saturday night, do some
Mhm.
spell table, get maybe 1 or 2 pods going. And
It's been
I
a while
said,
since we've had 2.
yeah, it has. I thought we were gonna almost get 2 the other night or last weekend
I was
when
gone,
it was.
I think.
Well, then who?
Was-
well,
did
it
I
was,
play?
it was me, Life Taker, Chaos,
So you, John, Chris.
and who else?
No, it was me.
It was you.
It was me. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
It's like wait, no, yeah, because
I know it was another one of us, but I knew it wasn't Anthony.
Yeah, it was me. Never mind. Yeah,
But
I did play.
I thought we were gonna get more that night. But yeah, no, that was fun. It's been a while since I played more than one game and not gone, fuck, this is gonna suck in the morning
Right.
because the kids weren't there. So
Yeah, that's what it was.
My downside is you all start so late. I'm
Well,
in
we
bed
we
already.
have to.
I get it.
For
I
some-
get it.
well, but at the same time too, you don't work on Sundays, so I mean, you could just
Saturday nights.
I could,
could be you.
but I'm already tired a lot of the time by that. I'm waking up already.
Well, but then you and
I'm
Anthony,
keep-
you and Anthony do the crawl space, and that's your own. It's your own problem.
Well, okay. It doesn't even like involve that. It's like when Anthony leaves, I kick him out pretty quickly, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, and then I go to bed.
Actually, pretty quickly, or
Actually
for
pretty
you
quickly.
and Anthony, pretty quickly.
I was in bed at like 10:45 last week.
You would have been enough time to log on and play a game.
because it's like an hour recording, so we start at 9,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like 10, a little after 10 when we get done, and then we finish up the stuff. No, maybe it was like I was in bed before 10:45.
You're the big boss man of the podcast. You could say we don't need to do a crawl space.
No, the crawl space is fine. I like my sleep. That's the thing, is I like my sleep. Nobody wants to play early is my thing.
Well, the reason I can't play early is because Candy's literally all over me until she goes to bed.
Y'all just got to start waking up at like 4 in the morning with me.
I mean, I do that anyway, but then I go work out at the gym most of the time when I'm up that early, or I'm on kid duty while hopefully Shelby's at the gym. Because Beckham doesn't like sleeping in because he's an asshole.
I wish
Yeah.
Kenny will literally sleep until she wakes up at noon if you let her.
Well, and we've been trying melatonin. Sorry for the side tangent, Danny.
Oh, nope.
But we've been trying melatonin. It gets Beckham to fall asleep right away.
Mm-hmm.
Then the kid wakes up at like 3 o'clock in
Oh.
the morning. It's like, shit. Maybe we should just let you fight it and suck it up that mom and dad don't get husband and wife time, like to just sit and talk or watch a show or
Yeah.
go to bed early
Actually get some sleep.
or do shit that we need to do around the house when the kids are sleeping. But wow, whatever. So anyway, Foundations is happening. I bought a collector and I bought a bundle, and I was not disappointed opening stuff, even if it's stuff I already had copies of. I got new arts.
Got better arts.
Which really excited for some of the new arts to get thrown in my decks because some of them are commanders.
That Gulta was gorgeous.
Fucking Gulta's beautiful. And here's the thing is I have like the game day version, and I like this new version so much better.
So much better than any of the other ones.
And I've got it in foil. So I've already done my job.
Right.
Look, it's there. So there's that stuff. So look at your LGSs. Go support them. Go get some Foundations. Start up playing new Standard and all that jazz. So let's get to two.
I would say we'd be remiss if with the starter collection, if we got new listeners, buy the starter collection. I think that starter collection, like listening to everything talk about, like break down the cards that are in there, it's all like almost the same. You get like 3 packs.
But here's an even bigger caveat to that.
It's like $60.
New listeners who are also new players.
Oh yeah. 100%.
For anyone who is maybe just a new listener and an experienced player and has a collection, just buy a bundle. Like that's going to do you more than buying that, because that stuff like the starter kit and the beginner's box, those are meant for
starters,
new players who don't have collections. So keep that in mind.
Though it could be argued if you're just a player that has all the cards and stuff, like old cards, not like new cards.
Yeah.
Like you could get that, and then you could play Standard. I'm pushing a lot of Standard now. I get that. Like I'm not a fucking shill, but it's a fun fucking format.
Whale.
No. Let's talk about the whales, Danny.
Oh, good segue.
Let's talk about the secret lair fuck up.
Let's talk about the $1 billion company that doesn't have IT on their staff.
Hold on 1 second. Let me grab you guys your soapboxes to stand on here.
I'm not standing for this one. I'm sitting.
Yeah, you can sit down. I got enough for me on this one. And here's the thing.
And your stock has gone down too because of this.
No, actually, it's sitting at like 65.
I thought it went down. Well,
I checked it the next 2 days after the secret lair shit. It's
gone down a point or two.
It's
or
maintaining.
A few points, but yeah,
it's maintaining. It's still in the 60s. So
right.
So I'm gonna start this with this caveat. I was able to get what I wanted, for the most part.
Yep, Keegan was able to. He was in, but
he
was in queue for
$64.
fucking hours.
I was in the queue for 2 hours, and
lucky.
And I
one.
shit you not,
did it go live on the 6th? Because it did have a significant price drop from it dropped $4.
Yeah,
on the 6th.
But it's gone back up a bit too. So whatever.
It tanked a little bit.
Yeah, at this point I've kind of stopped paying attention to my stocks for the moment, just because it
doesn't help.
A lot of mine are meant to be more. I bought them low, being long-term shit, so I don't pay attention.
It saves your blood pressure. You don't have to worry about that. Buy and then just ignore.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have to be a fucking.
What's that? I have a
bro.
Roth IRA account that went up, doubled its value. Sure, yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I wonder why. Fucking talk business, talk magic before we.
Anyway, yes.
Shit like
so I was able to get my non-foil bundle. I got my Extra Life Secret Lair as well, because I originally was just gonna get that, but then I was like, oh wait. Looked at the timer. Oh, I can get both at the same time, because then I don't have to pay shipping.
I think you mentioned that 2 weeks ago is when you saw that, and you're telling,
like,
you're telling our listeners
yeah.
to do it.
Why not?
Wait.
Just wait to get your Extra Life ones, because you can get it at the same time your Marvel ones. Oh wait! Oh fucking Christ!
To those that can't see, he was rubbing his temples there.
I logged in, and I was on the Secret Lair website like 5 minutes before launch for the Secret Lair drop for the Marvel stuff, and I was like, all right, cool. I got my Extra Life one in my card already. I'm good to go there. As soon as I get the Marvel one, I can just do that and go straight to the checkout. Maybe wait like 20 minutes before I get in line, type of thing. Like, that was my thought, knowing that there's plenty of other people doing this too. But got in the queue, sent a picture to some people going, all right, I'm in the line. And at that point, it was an hour wait. I was like, that's fine. That's fine. I got an hour. And then all of a sudden,
2 hours.
no, all of a sudden, the line is paused. What the fuck?
Yep.
And then it says, go to the Secret Lair Twitter or X page for more updates.
It said it on that?
Nothing was there. There was no updates.
Oh, shit.
It's like, if you're going to tell people to go fucking look at your social media, better be fucking updating it. But then anyway, and then eventually, I got in there, got my stuff. And like I said, I was able to get my stuff, so I'm maybe significantly less pissed than I could have been.
Mm-hmm.
For some people waiting, like Josh at J-Jobs, said he waited in the queue for 4 hours.
Woof. Holy fuck.
And didn't get anything from the Secret Lair website. He did say he went and bought some because he wanted those.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted like the big foil, non-foil bundle, like the bundle.
Right.
And he's like, I think I bought it for like $700. And I was like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, was like 400, 450, 500. I was like, yeah, I think it was like 450, 500. I didn't pay attention to that one because that's not the one I was getting.
Right.
Type of a thing. So like a lot of people were having to do that. But then fast forward to later Monday night when the drop happened, people are posting on Magic groups, on Reddit, on Facebook pages, on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yep.
Hey guys, did you know there was a way to exploit the system?
Yep.
I did see this.
It's basically the short and skinny of it. The way I explained it or understood it was you have 2 windows open in the same account.
Yep.
And then you get in the queue for one, and then the second one you like do the same thing, but then you're able to, with like a pop-up blocker, get around it.
Mm-hmm.
So
You skip line.
yeah, so you skip the line completely.
Was this confirmed?
Yes.
Or is this just...
No, there are hackers out there that are telling they know about it.
Yeah, and so obviously like that got posted. And I was like, well, fuck this, because then I went and looked at my invoice, because I was like, well, normally they tell you if you got the promo card on there, and I was like, I don't remember seeing that. But I even have a time-stamped invoice.
Mm-hmm.
That my time-stamped invoice was like 25 minutes before they made the announcement, hey, we're out of the arcane signets. So it's like, oh, I should have gotten one, because like I had my invoice
Right.
for before that.
Yep.
Like, not just a minute before, but like good chunk of time before.
Mm-hmm.
So I emailed support going, hey, and then because then the other thing that I did too is like, instead of going, hey, ship me my Marvel stuff when it's ready, ship me my Extra Life stuff when it's ready. I was like, just ship it all together. It's
Right.
fine. I don't
Yep.
care. Like, this stuff I want to do, I don't need it right now type of stuff. So, and just sat there and was like, emailed them going, hey, here's the situation. Like, I bought the Extra Life. I bought the Marvel non-foil bundle, listed the price, gave my order number, all that. I didn't notice if I got the arcane signet, which would, obviously be really nice. But, and then and I hadn't even mentioned like the workaround shit that happened. And that's the last update. They have not done really anything about all the snafu shit that is really pissing people off.
Yeah, here's a thing that says, tweet from Secret Lair: consumers currently in the Secret Lair queues may be experiencing fluctuating wait times as our team continues to ensure the stability of the website.
Yeah.
Thank you for your patience. The queue is reopened, and we are continuing to monitor the website for any issues.
Yeah. Obviously, they're not, is the thing.
The main issue with this is you could be in queue with your stuff in your checkout, like in your cart, ready in line, whatever. Like you're at the grocery store, you're in line. The hack was someone would jump line, steal from carts, and check out.
Yeah, it was nuts.
That's why everyone was pissed. Is because you could be in line, have everything that you've wanted, it's in stock, you're in line getting you're ready to hand them your money, but someone comes up, is like, no, I'm gonna take this out of your cart, I'm gonna buy it and then leave.
Yeah.
Without waiting in line.
That's a fucking major
That's
glitch there.
that was the whole problem with this.
But then, so like my interaction with customer support has been like, sent the first one. They're like, oh, very canned generic message. Thanks for sending us a message, voicing your opinion.
The bot response.
Yeah, well, kind of, yeah. Like, and a few other things. And then I responded to it again going, okay, here's the thing though, honestly, and like even put in my email, like, I understand this is not you, like the person I'm emailing. I get it's not you specifically. It's the whole system, not just you specifically. So please, I'm not getting mad at you. But frankly, with all the shit that's posted about people hacking the system, getting around the queue, using bots to buy their shit, this is bullshit. Like, you're telling people that they're like, and like I said, I am someone who at least got what I wanted.
Right.
Other people weren't able to get what they wanted. Now there are people posting on eBay, hey, I got 19 of these specialty arcane signets, selling them for $50 a pop, yada, yada, yada. And it's like,
oh, no,
why is there no order
I've
cap
seen,
for this too?
I've seen people or posts on TCG player for a $200 arcane signet for this promo.
Yeah, and I was like, and we had this discussion in the Discord too of like, well, fuck that. And then Anthony also did get one too. He was able to get what he wanted, but we both got gypped out of the signets, and he got his order like 6 minutes before I did. But it's just one of those things where it's like, so then I was going back and forth.
Arcane signet. Why are you trying to scalp arcane signets?
Well, because it's a specialty one that can sell for $200.
Good luck selling it for $200.
Yeah. So me going back and forth with customer service.
I print them, so
There's
going back,
be people that are going to want to buy them.
Yeah,
I get it, but
so I've been going back and forth with customer service. At this point, I'm done just talking about it because now I'm getting the same answers over and over. They just keep saying, pay attention to our social media stuff for any updates because we're not going to give any one person a head start on anything we might be doing. So I'm sitting here going, all right, cool. What full sheet am I getting for your fuck up?
Has there been anything about that then?
Nothing yet.
Give me a full sheet of alternative arts foundations, please.
And at this point, it's just
non-foil, preferably.
I don't think they're going to do anything about this.
I don't think
they're not.
They aren't, which is bullshit.
They sold out. They don't care. It's Hasbro being Hasbro.
The last time
it's not even Wizards anymore. It's Hasbro.
Yeah.
The last time I can remember a big fuck up where they were like, okay, people get the sheets was the Mythic edition back in 2019?
19 or 18, I can't remember which one.
Yeah, and that's where you got like the uncut sheet, and that was a big fuck up. But we've evolved, or they've developed more since then, in the secret layer space of like direct to consumer selling, and so it's like, I don't think anybody's gonna get anything.
And they're not gonna change anything either.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the same coding that they had for this one. For the next one.
I really hope they change because that's kind of one of those big things. Like, everybody. Wizards Hasbro is gonna see. Oh, what does it matter? We made the sale.
Yeah.
I think they gotta care about like how much they're pissing off like people. It's like.
Well, and I even put in one of my messages to customer support, like, honestly, if you keep doing this, like, as a whole, you're going to piss off a lot of people who love a very great game.
But that's the thing. Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm just being devil's advocate.
Oh, yeah.
They don't care about the everyday player.
No.
So the everyday player will stop buying all this, but the whales won't, or the ones that are doing this won't. They'll just not have to wait as long in line.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily.
Well, they're not even waiting in line now.
But you know what I'm saying though.
I don't know if like the belief of having the Hasbro and the whales in this circle jerk is the thing that's keeping them going. It's like they're gonna need they're gonna need the casuals. They're gonna need us, buying cards.
But the thing
newbies,
is, though,
slightly enfranchised, over enfranchised.
But here's the thing, though. This is Secret Lair. This is not for your newbie player or your casual player. This is for your collector players.
Yeah.
This is a collector print.
100%.
It's not sold in stores, so it's only limited run now, unless you get the extra life, which are unlimited because this is charity. Secret Lair is literally meant for collectors, and they don't care about the casual player. Like, oh, hey, I want to buy this one. Oh, hey, this other person over here wants to buy 10 of them. We could care less about your one.
Yeah, that's going to be unfortunate.
That's where I see this going.
I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be like, well, not every product's for you. For stuff like this, where it's like, well, these are new cards getting printed into the set, I highly doubt that Wizards ain't going to like put them into some of the upcoming.
But that's the thing. If these Secret Lairs are going to be legal in the Eternals.
These ones won't. These ones won't be standard legal, or they'll be Eternal.
The Eternal formats. Other than Commander, like if it's in Legacy, Vintage, Modern, it should be printed in a set that is sold at stores.
Yeah.
Not a limited run set.
Or even stuff like the Marvel ones, the collabs with a different IP, really shouldn't be limited run prints. Because here's the thing, the original owners of the IP make us some money, baby. Because I guarantee especially with like this Marvel one, hypothetically, they printed 1,000 of each.
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically simple numbers. Okay. Cool. You sold your 1,000 each, but you had 3,000 people interested in this. Even if you were just buying one, not buying a whole bundle, just buying one.
Right.
You gave up. Because the secondary market doesn't affect Hasbro.
So
or Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast. So you're losing out on 2,000 people buying some of these products.
Well, who knows that they're losing out on them? What's stopping like these bots of like actual scalpers getting in front of genuine enthusiasts of this buy? And these scalpers are the ones that are like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna flip it online and stuff.
But here's the thing. Again, the flipping online, Hasbro and Wizards do not benefit from that.
They don't, but they benefit from having their players, like even their normal players, of being like upset. It's like,
but as a business, they see, we sold our products. We have no ties to it ever again. That line of product, we have no ties to.
Yeah,
we sold it. It's not in our hands. We don't care.
I think they want to try and do better.
And to go off of yours, rather than having an unlimited like set, it's more of, okay, we're gonna do this IP.
Yeah,
we can't have 5 times the amount that we normally have, because what if we sit on the last 3/5 of it?
Well, and that's why you make it a print to demand one. Like this one is one that why not do a print to demand?
But again, that comes to like, well, how much extra are they gonna have to fill out those sheets to make it feasible for them to run the print?
Hasbro, Wizards, they have economists. They have people that crunch the numbers. And
I'm sure that's why they set at their limit, right, that they have right now, is because of the numbers.
Yeah, they got motherfuckers that got these degrees that understand how this shit works. And
statistics.
Like, if we want this to sell in our favor, where it's like sold out, where we don't have to hold on product, and where people actually have them in hands, this is the number.
Yeah. They're all what set was it that sat in warehouses?
Or are you talking about where they took like legend sets in warehouses and put them in the Dom U packs?
Yep.
That was their story that they had.
Not those ones, but what was that one set that?
Talking about the one that made in the landfill?
No, it was It was like an actual standard set it was printed like back in the 90s, I think it was. That just sat. Like everyone bought the set before, bought it out, and then the next set came out and no one bought it.
Oh, you're talking like not Chronicles. Chronicles, yeah. Where
was
it was like,
was it Chronicles? I thought it was started with an F for some reason. Maybe it was Chronicles.
I know.
think it was Chronicles
But
is
one
what
of
you're
those
thinking.
kind of situations was like, hey, we don't want to overprint this and literally just have it sit in our warehouses forever because no one wants it. Or everyone who wanted it.
But now everyone would want it because it's an older set.
Yeah,
I'd
but I
argue
mean,
even if they print newer stuff, everyone's still gonna want it. Like
yeah.
Magic players gonna be wanting Magic cards.
Well, they just want the new stuff that smells like cardboard.
Combo crack, baby.
But anyway, that was a long enough tangent.
Yeah, let's get to some artist tangent. One specific artist that's pissed off instead of a lot of nerds in their own houses.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this was I mentioned this like 2 weeks ago. Artist Donato Giannicola. First off, this guy has a Magic pedigree. Like he has some fabulous art here that looks fabulous. That's been here. He's been here for a while, making chrome mocks, making new command towers, making islands. Made the Post Malone art that got signed by Post Malone. That's actually I'd say that's an honor right there in itself.
He's got a lot of the land cards and
Spore Frog, big one. So 214 cards this guy has made. He's made new D-Toots from the Commander set. He's made Experimental Augury. He's done Divining Witch back from Nemesis. And then just like random cards and stuff in between there. Jesai Lookout, Kentaro, the Smiling Cat. Like his art is arguably very Magic. He did the fucking Renin 6 from Double Masters. Like, look at that shit. Okay, so that's all to say. Like, if you're watching the live stream, you can see these cards. And if you're not, I type in on Scryfall Donato Giannicola to, like, look at his art. It is very fabulous art. There's definitely going to be cards that, Preacher of the Schism. We were just talking about that in the standard bit here. So, the thing that happened, that's been happening for a wee bit here, a couple weeks ago, on November 2nd, they made a post on, not just on their Facebook, but that's where I'm going to be reading it from, but on several of their other social media sites. There we go. Holy fuck, I just had a brain fart right there.
It's all good. Words are hard.
Pricing, aftermarket, and secondary market artist compensation. He's going to be talking about Wizards and their compensation to their artists. So, it's definitely a lot here. I did not make a footnotes like I did for the State of Arena like I did.
the basic footnotes on this one, because I was reading this at the start, is, hey, my very first commission back in '96 was $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward 20-some years later with one of my most recent ones.
27 years.
27 years. $1,000. I have not gotten a raise at all in 27 years for my commissions.
They did say that contractually wise, though, they were able to still do their secondhand selling of stuff. But that was one of the big things about this.
And then with
the secondhand selling is where they can like sell their prints, their originals, their sketches. Like they're allowed to do that. But they can't
do that with some of the universes beyond
exactly.
other IP shit, which is a big hindrance. Especially like, hey, cool, I did the art for the One Ring, and that's the most sought after card right now. Nobody can sell printings of that other than, official sources.
Wizards or Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So that's kind of the Cliff Notes, very, very broad stroke Cliff Note version of that. So
yeah, it say right here, quote, I want to about the Universes Beyond. Quote, recent Magic the Gathering set releases in their Universes Beyond themed expansions appears to prohibit the sale and creation of any physical art and removes all secondary aftermarket sales. No original art, no proofs, no prints, no playmats, no repainted interpretations, no convention/event sketches of any kind for all of the commissioned images. All commissioned art was to be expressly and purely digital executed. The initial low work for higher fee was the only compensation. So using the conservative estimate here, Wizards remove secondary aftermarket sales of $3+ million from artists working upon the Universes Beyond Lord of the Rings set. Thank you for supporting your artists, Wizards. That's their comment there. Donato's. Yeah, that kind of work there where it's like, Donato says, he does like a lot of other artwork for other properties as well. So he's not like one that gets hurt. He's saying, I'm not one that's mainly getting hurt by this. He was saying that he's done Magic art because he loves being in the Magic community, making art for such a great game. But for people who are just getting into doing art for Wizards that don't have a deep portfolio as they do.
It's not really, well, it's like that, but it's also the fact, like, just the first two paragraphs of what he says. So, all, if not most artists have to sign a non-disclosure, an NDA, to receive severance packages from Wizards. But because he hasn't worked for Wizards in 10 plus years, this is why he's stating this, because he doesn't have that right now. So he's a voice for those who are speechless right now or voiceless. So
he's spilling the tea.
Yeah, it's basically like, well, I'm not gonna work for you guys anymore, so I'm just gonna tell you guys are pieces of shit and not paying people what they're worth for how much they're making you.
And this is definitely not WotC's first time having artist controversy.
Right.
We'll step aside here real quick from like AI stuff and like artists submitting other work, making it their own.
Right.
But in the D&D sphere as well, like Wizards and paying their artist appropriately has been a thing that we've been seeing a lot in the past, for sure, 3 years. Getting talked about a lot more. And it's
and he said the artist has finally got an increase of $250 as of last year or this year. So they're now at $1,250 rather than $1,000 like he was from 96 to 90 or 2023. So good job on you for after 30 years you finally giving artists a pay raise of $250 for each art.
Donato makes this last paragraph here, quote, "To add gasoline to this fire, Hasbro's current CEO is quoted as welcomingly embracing AI art creation and its use in Magic and D&D products. It is not hard to see the leap of digital-only artist contract being replaced with digital-only AI art now that the CEO has openly stated such a direction. Thank you for supporting, respecting, and valuing your artist, Hasbro." Yes, I don't think we mentioned that either. The contract is to make digital-only art, which, is hard to do if your medium is pastels or acrylics or markers.
That's the thing. Digital, it's like you can't get that texture of art digitally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can try, but you're not going to. It's like, oh, hey, I finger paint. Can't finger paint digitally, or you can, but it's not going to look right. So, or oil painting or charcoals is like, it's not going to work. I don't know. It's definitely a slap in the face of the 30 years of artists who have put their blood, sweat, and tears into their art to give you one-of-a-kind pieces to use on cards.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this goes forward because, first off, making it to where only digital artists, well, not only digital artists, they got to do it through digital art submitting to get their art into Wizards going forward. And then with the contracts for Universes Beyond where 2 tentpole sets, 2 major sets a year are going to be Universes Beyond, and the fact that the artists can't get compensated for
honestly
after that.
The only way that they should use AI is for Universe Beyond. Seriously,
it makes sense because
the only way that it should be able to use AI.
Because And if anything, they use an actual artist to maybe touch up, because AI does sometimes fuck up a little bit. So
yeah.
like, go in and touch up a little bit, and we'll pay you for that. But obviously, it was an AI thing.
Well, just a graphic designer would be able to touch up AI.
Yeah.
So you have graphic designers on your staff. Have them look over the AI prints for Universe Beyonds. Leave your cores and your standard sets alone for normal artists to actually make a living.
That actually makes that's a good idea. Because
But
if
before I go-
artists can't sell on the secondary of that,
AI doesn't need the money.
Well,
that
no, look at
IP.
that, but that then contributes to more validity for AI doing artists' work and stuff. So it's like, why not? I don't know. I'm stupid here. Why can't a contract with these IPs be like, okay, yeah, go ahead, make your, let's negotiate IP to artist, and so that way you can sell. Why is it that it's straight up shut off that they can't do that?
It's because of the trademark.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Is the artist should then be able to talk to the IP originator and be like, "Yo, I'm making this art for you. This is the whole shtick."
They're working as a subcontractor of Wizards, so they should not be talking to.
They can't make it that hard if that fucking option is open.
I get that, but it's the fact of so Wizards is the middle person, or they're the consumer of the IP, and then they're just contracting out their art.
I really want to know what like the artists for the IP do to sell their stuff. Like not like Magic IP, but like, Final Fantasy specifically, like the artists of Final Fantasy. Like what are they allowed to do afterwards?
I don't know.
Like, can they sell their art if they made like Cloud, or if they made
maybe,
like the OG like if they worked for Final Fantasy?
And even
the artists.
I would argue right now to give like current like people that it's like Final Fantasy 15 is the new Final Fantasy game.
I've never played, and I probably never will.
And any of the artists for that, what are they allowed to do contractually with? I can't remember the name of the fucking company.
The parent company.
The parent company that owns Final Fantasy.
I'm sure they're within like their contract with Final Fantasy is they get a percentage of money for everything. So whatever sells, no matter if it has their art or not, they get a portion of that money.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm sure they're just getting some sort of like 1% stipend or whatever.
So I have a funny feeling we could sit and argue this left and right. It's just
that one's definitely more of a thoughtcast kind of.
Could have been, but we talked about it here. We talked about it now. Long story short,
you know what we can talk about?
We can talk about the game.
The game. Oh, fuck you.
I lost the game.
And I win.
And we fucking.
No, you guys both lost.
We all lost. Nobody
I
wins
lost
the game.
the game. Everyone loses the game now because I'm talking about the game.
You just pissed off like hundreds of people.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Somebody's got to win the game.
No one can win the game.
No one can win the game. It's not until the Archbishop comes out with a waffle on a Tuesday in Europe to like say the jig is up. That's the only way that the fucking game gets
the only time you win the game is when you're dead, because you'll never think about a game ever again.
Whenever somebody loses the game, I just say I win the game. Thanks. Somebody has to win.
You're an asshole.
I know I am. Anyway,
no one can win the game.
My son does the game to me, and I want to break his nose so bad every time he does it. It's like, I don't know if you understand what kind of generational damage you fucking just like held in your hands here, guy, but you don't know the power of this shit. And we just pissed off so many people bringing it up.
You're welcome.
You want to talk about generational trauma due to some pop culture shit before we go into the conjured currency game? How many of you sit and drive behind a truck with logs on it?
Oh my god, that shit doesn't even fucking worry me.
How many people do not specifically drive behind a truck?
I don't like driving behind semis just because I'm courteous like that, and I just rather get around you.
But let's move into the final segment of the podcast, the weekly winners game. This is where one of us has not read the detailed and informational article of the weekly winners article from the website MTG Stocks, a wonderful website that talks all things MTG finance, and where we quiz you, the current host, Danny, on his knowledge of why some of these cards might be moving up in price. We also do have some cards that are moving down in price, but that's later in the article, and they don't really give a definite reason. And it's not as much fun to play the game of why these cards are moving down. Because reasons.
Because they're trash. That's why they're moving down.
So just a quick rundown for Danny. Remember, this is how we do things. I'll tell you the name of the card. I'll tell you the price and how much it's been going up. I'll tell you what the card does, all that kind of stuff, any alternate printings, the average prices, what people are trying to sell it for, market price, which is what people are actually buying it for, the European average, so that way Christian doesn't yell at us for not mentioning the European average. Speaking of which, I haven't heard from Christian in a while. Anyway.
Yeah, we heard. Oh, yeah, Christian.
Yeah.
I was talking about the other Chris from New York.
Damn, see, so many fucking Chris's. We know so many Chris's.
Anyway.
Yep.
Are they in the chat with the Hemsworth, the Evans, and
Maybe they are. Who knows? Anyway,
Pratt?
let's move on to card number 1.
Let's do it.
Nilith of the Dire Hunt is sitting at $12.97. It went up 198%. Now, this card is from Jumpstart 2020. Regular Jumpstart. Okay. It is 2 green and 2 colorless legendary creature, human warrior. Whenever one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card at the beginning of combat. On your turn, you may pay 2 and Gruul hybrid, so red or green. If you do, double target creature's power until end of turn. That creature must be blocked this combat if able. And then just gives a reminder text that hybrid you can either pay red or green. This card is legal in Legacy, Historic, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker, Timeless, Brawl, and Historic.
Hey, it's in Timeless. That's cool.
Yep. Its all-time low was $1.41. All-time high, $49.99.
Dang.
That was back in June of 2022 when
it first got printed.
When the world was still shut down. And there are no alternate printings of this card.
It's not often you see that.
Now, as a reminder, the way this works is the player in question must, for the game, listeners, must get the format and then the deck archetype commander if it's commander, Oathbreaker if it's the Oathbreaker format, must get that right to get the full point. At that point, then it becomes up to deliberation of the person I'm just
looking
going.
for 1.5 points tonight.
Okay. All right. So what do you got?
Commander.
Okay. You got a commander in mind?
I do not. That's why I'm going for 1.5.
Any guesses? Any attempts to get more than a half a point if that commander happens to be correct?
So it's most likely Gruul, could be Naya. I could see it in the Naya deck. God damn it. What's that? God, I can't remember the most recent Naya deck that came out. Wasn't it from Fallout? No, not Fallout.
You're talking about Dogmeat? Was Dogmeat one?
I don't know. I'm just gonna say Naya, some sort of Naya commander.
Okay, well, Matt, we'll do a update of the score when we're all done for the scoreboard, okay? But give Danny half a point. It is commander, but they're talking about all of the wonderful synergies that this will have with Wolverine. Best there is.
That would make sense.
What he does. So they do also talk about God of Revels and then the Ulvenwold Tracker as 2 other notable cards that can work well with all this hijinks happening with the drawing of the cards and all that.
God, I looked at Wolverine too.
So yeah, doubling up his damage that would be dealt and making him obviously be able to be bigger is a good thing to do.
Right.
So there is that.
We'd be remiss as well as we didn't say Salenza, the spiked stampede that also came out in Foundation Jumpstart.
Yep.
That cares about big creatures and fighting.
Valid point. But we're talking about the big ones. Man.
Anyway,
All right.
one.
Wolverine.
Half
Wolverine.
point.
All right. So the next card is Tempt with Bunnies. It went up 106%, sitting at
Tempt with bunnies.
Yep.
That's funny.
it was sitting at $6.34. Today the average price is $6.42. Market price is $6.99. European average $1 or €1.68. This came out of the Commander Bloomborough stuff. Let's see here. All-time low $1.54. All-time high $6.42. Except for obviously that's a little bit different now. There is a full art version of this as well, or a borderless, whatever you want to call it. It is legal in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, and Oathbreaker. Now, for 2 and a white, you get a sorcery card with Tempting Offer. Draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Then each opponent may draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. For each opponent who does, you draw a card and create a 1/1 white rabbit creature token. Now, Danny.
Commander.
Going with Commander on this one?
Yep.
Got a Commander in mind at all?
Whatever Commander came in. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so trying to figure out how to.
It's some sort of token build. It has to go on a token build
I was
deck.
going to say, I'd 100% give him
for sure. He's give him the half a point. We're gonna get the man to his
like I said, I'm just aiming for 1.5 points.
1.5. So they talk about the reason for the spike is kind of hard to pinpoint. They said, so they talk about a card coming out on Foundation, which is Heir Apparent.
Yep.
When this creature enters, create a number of 1/1 white rabbit creature tokens equal to the number of other creatures you control named Heir Apparent. You can have as many of these cards in your deck as you want.
Okay. So it's just a mono white rat deck.
But
it's bunnies.
But then they talk about yeah, pretty
mono
much.
white bunnies.
Yeah, pretty much.
So black rats or
But then they also talk
green
about
elves.
Cabal Profiteering Mare, who is
They could be cute.
white and black commander. Whenever one or more
Rats and bunnies.
Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, for each of them, create a tap token that is a copy of it. This ability only triggers once each turn. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. You gain 1 life. So it's
it's right up my alley.
It's one of those, like, it's going to work well with this Heir Apparent.
Right.
And then there's a lot of other stuff
It's definitely going to token building decks.
Yeah, and so it's like it's tokens, but it's not.
It's putting token decks up a
it's-
level of power because
for-
of different combos that it can go into.
You got the half a point for sure, but because it even says like, we don't even really have a definite, because it could be.
We have an
something.
avenue it's going down why it's
Yeah.
going up, but the avenue is way too wide to actually narrow down. to one
Somebody
reason.
might be stupid and make this in Legacy or Vintage and just do shit. So yeah,
It might
make all the rabbits.
have fun.
All right, let's talk third card here. Hivis of the Scale. And this is sitting at $5.60. It went up 102%. Its average as of today is $5.71. Market is $2.60. And one European average is €1.60. All-time low for this is 30. All-time high was $20 back in 2022. There are no other printings of this card because this comes from Mirage. So for 3 and 2 reds, you get a legendary creature, Vishino Shaman. You may choose not to untap Hivis of the Scale during your untap step. And you tap it, you gain control of target dragon for as long as you control Hivis and Hivis remains tapped. It is legal in Legacy, Vintage, Commander, let's see, Oathbreaker,
Penny stock.
Yep. So, good sir, why, oh why?
Before, did you say that this is confirmed on the reserve list?
I did not say it is on the reserve list. It's on the reserve
It's
list.
a very cheap reserve list card.
Right.
Commander.
Any particular decks you think it might be going in?
Any deck that goes against Dragon.
Final answer. Lock it in.
Yes.
Cool. Give the man half a point.
Wow,
Yeah.
half.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't specifically say Dragon.
It doesn't, but it
And
did
it-
say against Dragon.
It goes into any deck that runs against Dragon. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well.
Or
It talks about dragons specifically in the article, so I'm going with dragons.
Okay.
All right. Because it does.
Dragons kind of go hand in hand.
It does talk. It does talk. Well, you said against,
Well,
and I'm going. It's going in the deck.
No, it says in there.
Since when do you argue with me when I'm giving people disadvantages on points when it's not you?
I want to make it seem fair.
In reality, Matt's sitting over you like, yeah, fuck him over, yeah.
So what's the point?
half point.
Half a point. Half a point.
I would have given you 7.5.
Jeez. So they're mainly talking about 2 cards coming out in Foundations. Danny's favorite phrase to say when all 4 of us are here, Niv Mizzet, Visionary, the newest Niv Mizzet, and then Twin Flame Tyrant are the 2 cards that are very well mentioned. So that they also go into this may not lead to a surge of play in Dragons for Foundation stuff, but we know it'll be returning to Tarkir. So maybe some speculative buying ahead of time as a counter spell or a counter dealing with dragons shit. So
and that is why I would have given you the 0.75 because you said against her dragon. It's against dragons.
gonna keep trying to paint me as the asshole here.
Your words, not mine. Should we give it a point update?
Yeah, why don't you give a point update?
Okay, Danny, you are now at 1.5.
Called it.
Yeah, you're holding strong. You looked into the outfield, and you're like, that's where I'm going to hit
I'm
it.
just going for singles.
Last week, Garrett, 2. Before you, Anthony, 1.97. Because he's just 0.03%. He's Anthony of the 9th. And then finally me, I'm at 2 points.
Sure. We're tied
We're tied.
for right now.
We're beating Anthony. He's Anthony the 9th.
You are right. We are. But it's more surprising that you are.
We'll see how far that goes by next week.
All right, let's quick talk some cheap pickups so we can get you on your way and we can get you out of here. So, cheap pickups, we got the first one. This is coming out of the Blue Barrel Commander deck. It is Lotus Cobra, but this is identified as a card that's moving up thanks to the MTG Stocks Premium Penny Stock feature. So, it bottomed out for a little while. Now it's starting to go up. Your next one, that is moving down. Oh, how some of the mighty have fallen. Stoneforge Mystic, and this is the Double Masters 2022 edition. So it is sitting at $17.55, slowly moving down. And then the final cheap pickup is the Wandering Emperor, and this is the original printing, $9.02. It is moving down in price.
All-time high of $44.95.
Womp, womp, womp.
Back 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago.
But in case you're looking for ways to pick up cards on the cheap or make sure to know when to sell cards, if you're sitting here selling cards and Magic is your retirement plan,
I'm so sorry for you.
Or you're a scalper.
or you're a scalper, why don't you go to TCG Sniper?
Make better decisions.
Before an actual sniper comes to you. Anyway, that was a joke. It was a joke. I don't mean harm on anybody. Completely a joke.
I'm nodding my head.
Yes. So TCG Sniper, you're able to put cards or products, not just Magic products, but any products onto a list, and they will send you a notification when it has hit your desired price, whether that is it going up or it going down, so that way you can sell it, buy it, or do whatever you're going to do with that information. Check them out. You can also mention that this week in MTG sent you. They'll give you 3 months of their premium membership, which allows you to have an unlimited list. Otherwise, it is 15, right? Yeah, 15
Yeah,
cards
15
for their
cards.
for their
15
basic
products.
15 products for their basic membership. So there we go. Now, Matt, why don't you hit us with that outro
Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
or that ending? Go with the ending. No, I got nothing.
No, just Matt needs to play more Magic with us.
Okay. Now, thank you to all you legendary Magic folk for making it to the end of episode 234 of This Week in MTG.
There we go, Matt.
As we wrap up another episode, we want to extend our deepest gratitude to our incredible listeners and Patreons. Your enthusiasm fuels our passion for all things MTG, and we're honored to be a part of this vibrant community. Stay tuned for more exciting updates, discussions, and insights in the world of Magic. Until next time, may your mana be plentiful and your draws ever favorable. Keep gathering those magical moments.
See ya.